For bag 6, we finally get to start building the second floor of the Daily Bugle, and we only get one minifigure in this bag, but it's a big one. It's Robbie Robertson. And now Robbie has been a huge part of the Spider-Man mythology since 1967 in Amazing Spider-Man number 51. So Amazing Spider-Man issue 51 back in 1967 first had Robbie Robertson. And he was one of the first African-American characters in comics to play a major supporting role rather than just being like a comedic sidekick. So really important there. And also he's so important to the Bugle. JJ, he's a good friend of JJ, but also he's kind of like his moral compass too, because JJ is kind of rough and grumble, yelling at everybody. He's obsessed with bringing down Spider-Man, and Robbie's like, calm down, sir, this is the news story, let's get it done. He's also more nurturing among the staff, so he's just a really important character in the mythology of Spider-Man, but also the Daily Bugle itself. So I think he was definitely deserving of being all by himself in the bags. But now let's look at the building itself that we're starting to construct. And here's kind of like the newsroom where all the reporters are sitting at their desk and writing their stories. And like always, just kind of like take different shots so you can see what it looks like up close. We'll start with the fire escape on the outside wall. So the fire escape starts on the second floor, and then the way people get from the second story to the ground is just this long ladder folds down and will touch down to the ground. But really kind of a cool build. It's very simple but effective in how it looks. And these ladder pieces are loose, but they just kind of look like they're going to go to the next level. So really kind of a nice little simple design. And that's really all we did for the outside. The rest of this has been the inside of the Daily Bugle. On this part of the wall, we're starting to see that elevator. You got the buttons and the elevator doors here, and then of course those down and up arrows and the translucent orange tile pieces, which looks really nice. So I imagine we'll be getting that in every floor, a little elevator. And then when I turn it around, you're going to see this wall has some more original print Daily Bugle newspaper headlines. So let me just get a closer look at those for you. Not only am I loving the fact that all these newspapers kind of have different prints on them, but I love like how they tie into Spider-Man's history. Now, the Doc Ock Still at Large is a Daily Bugle headline from the past, but here we've got Spider-Man No More, and that is a direct pull from a Spider-Man comic book where Peter Parker decides to stop being Spider-Man. This is almost like an exact copy with the costume hanging out of the garbage can, and then in the comic you have kind of Peter Parker walking away with the Spider-Man silhouette. And then we have Time Scare, which is a nice reference to the first Spider-Man, well, the first like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man film where the Green Goblin attacks Times Square, the Times Square-esque building for the big montage with William Dafoe and Tobey Maguire. In the center, we've got the desk with all the reporters and where they're sitting down, writing their stories, making their phone calls, doing their investigation. And really cool is like each desk has these file cabinets used with the jumper plates for the drawers. Most of them have like a computer keyboard and a computer screen. And again, these would be decals, which I have not put on yet because I don't like those decals, so I'm filming, but it'd be like of computer screens in front of these keyboards. And then some of them have like coffee mugs. You got a disposable coffee cup. And then on this desk, we actually have like a stack of newspapers of the No Crying for Spider-Man. That's the common print that we're seeing because that's today's edition. And I love the desk lamp here. It's like a really cool desk lamp. And then we're going to pull back here, but you see this like center tower here where the computer screens are attached on the side by these keyboards, but here are like television monitors for the people, the newsroom, to be watching what's happening in the news. And again, those are decals as well, which I have not put on. But now let me lift this up so you can get a better look at it. So along with these TV monitors and computer screens, we also have Daily Bugle, sorry, did it again, mixed up Spider-Man, Superman, newspaper prints of, very referencing Spider-Man and his history. Here is who is Spider-Man. You got that circle, and that image has been used a lot in the comic books and in the films. And then over here, if I lift the monitor, you're going to see we've got the Rhino escapes from zoo, so a nice reference to another one of Spider-Man's villains. And then City Power Blackout. We need Electro. So another villain who I actually believe I already mentioned. So I'd like to see it. And then Spider-Man's finally unmasked. And again, that's another reference to a nice comic cover. But just the amount of detail that goes into all the little pieces of this is amazing. So let me put that back in the center now. Hopefully put it the right way. Watch me mix it up and put it in backwards. Next to the desks, there's a stack of Law Times, and on the very front cover, we've got another nice reference to the Marvel Universe with Wilson and Murdoch win their big lawsuit, and this is a nice tie into Daredevil, who when, Matt Murdock's not dressing up as Daredevil and fighting crime on the streets, he's dressed up in a suit fighting crime in the courtroom. And so that's just a great little original print here of tying in with Daredevil in the set. There's a few things I'm not quite sure why they're there. There's a bucket here, just a little water bucket. I'm not sure why that's there. And then there's also a bottle on the floor over here. And that's like one of those things where I put them on, but I'm not sure why they're there. I don't know if they're just kind of like set pieces, or we're going to find out as we build. But I'll be very interested to see why we have a bottle here and a bucket here. After completing the builds for all of bag 6, I only had 2 extra pieces. I had this 1x1 round tile with the pin in this pearl gold color and a 1x1 plate in yellow. And we've been spoiled with all the extra pieces so far, but the thing is, not only were these the only 2 I had, but I should have had another one of these kind of reddish tile pieces for the elevator button. I should have gotten an extra one of that, and I should have gotten an extra one of these little translucent orange triangles to be the light that shows the elevator going up and down. But now I've only gotten the first one from the ground floor. I didn't get an extra one for the second floor, so I'm kind of sad that I didn't get another one of these, because that's a really cool printed tile piece. I'm really loving this second build so far. It's coming along really nicely. The build is really creative and looks amazing, and I just love all the references to Spider-Man's comics and movies. So it just shows that they didn't just throw this set together, but they really did their research into Spider-Man and his history.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe or check out some of our other videos. Until next time, let's keep building together.